Tucked away in the North Atlantic, halfway between Scotland and Iceland, lies a place that feels like another world, the Faroe Islands. With just 18 volcanic islands, more sheep than people, and weather that changes in minutes, the Faroes remain one of Europe's best-kept secrets. But behind the misty cliffs and colorful villages, there are some truly fascinating facts you might not know. Number 10. Green hillsides. First, let's talk about the sheep. The name, Faroe, literally means sheep islands, and sheep outnumber humans nearly 2 to 1. They roam freely across mountains and even roads, and Faroese law still allows landowners to measure their land by how many sheep it can feed. The weather here is so unpredictable that locals say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Sunshine, rain, fog, and even hail can roll through all in a single afternoon. That's why Faroese houses are painted in bright, cheerful colors, to stand out against the gray skies. Number 9. Sea cliffs, and then there are the puffins. The Faroe Islands are home to hundreds of thousands of these seabirds, nesting on dramatic cliffs like mykines. Locals once hunted puffins with giant butterfly nets, a tradition known as flegging, though today it's mostly preserved as cultural heritage. Here's something futuristic. The Faroe Islands have some of the most advanced tunnels in the world. The Eysturoy Tunnel doesn't just connect islands under the ocean. It even has the world's first undersea roundabout, decorated with glowing art. It feels like driving into a sci-fi movie. Number 8. Historical images of World War II. Few people know that the British occupied the Faroe Islands during World War II, to prevent a Nazi invasion. During that time, they even built the island's first and only railway line, a small military train in Hoyvik to carry supplies. After the war, the tracks were dismantled, but locals still talk about the little train of Torshavn. Life here is shaped by tradition. Many houses still have turf roofs, not just for nostalgia, but because grass is a natural insulator that keeps homes warm in winter and cool in summer. Many houses still have turf roofs, not just for nostalgia, but because grass is a natural insulator that keeps homes warm in winter and cool in summer. Some roofs even have sheep grazing on top. Number 7. Local language signage. The Faroese language is another treasure. It's one of the closest living relatives of Old Norse, the language of the Vikings. So when you hear Faroese spoken today, you're listening to echoes of the Viking Age. No trees, no problem. Historically, the Faroes had very few trees. Strong winds and poor soil meant forests couldn't survive. Instead, locals used driftwood that floated in from Scandinavia or even Siberia to build homes and boats. Today, small experimental forests exist, but the islands are still largely treeless. Number 6. The midnight sun without the Arctic Circle. Even though the Faroes aren't inside the Arctic Circle, the summer days are extremely long. In June and July, the sun barely sets, giving a twilight glow almost all night. On the flip side, winters are dark and moody, with only a few hours of daylight. The Faroes are famous for waterfalls that plunge directly into the ocean. One of the most iconic is Mulafossar in the village of Gassadalur, which was once so remote that villagers had to hike over mountains to reach the outside world until a tunnel opened in 2004. Number 5. No McDonald's, no Starbucks. The Faroes are one of the few places in Europe with no global fast food chains. Instead, locals pride themselves on traditional dishes like fermented lamb, råst kjø, and wind-dried fish, reistor fisker. Mail delivered by boat and helicopter. Some remote islands don't have road connections. Mail and supplies are delivered by boat, and in bad weather, even by helicopter. Islanders are so used to this that helicopters function almost like public buses. Number 4. Faroese chain dancing, a Viking tradition alive. The Faroese still practice chain dancing, an ancient Viking dance where people join hands and chant ballads that are hundreds of years old. It's one of the last places in Europe where this oral storytelling tradition survives. The population is tiny, but growing. Only about 55,000 people live in the Faroes, but they're spread across 18 islands. Each village feels like a small community frozen in time, yet the islands are rapidly modernizing with tunnels, fiber internet, and new infrastructure. Number 3. The controversial whale hunt. The Faroes are known worldwide for the grindadrap, a traditional pilot whale hunt that dates back centuries. While it's criticized internationally, locals view it as a sustainable source of food in a place where farming is nearly impossible. One of the safest places on Earth. The Faroe Islands have almost no crime. Police officers don't even carry guns, and prisons are so small that some convicts are sent to Denmark. Number 2. Tourism boom, but controlled. Tourism is growing fast, but the Faroese carefully regulate it. In some cases, visitors pay small fees to hike trails, which go directly to preserving nature. This helps prevent over-tourism like in other fragile destinations. Football passion beyond size. Despite the tiny population, the Faroes have their own national football team that plays in FIFA and UEFA competitions. They famously defeated Austria in 1990 in one of the greatest underdog victories in football history. With its wild beauty, Viking heritage, and bold modern engineering, the Faroe Islands are unlike anywhere else in the world. Remote, mysterious, and unforgettable, these islands are not just a destination, they're a journey back in time and into the future at the same time. Thanks for joining us on this trip to the Faroe Islands. If you enjoyed discovering these hidden stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing journeys from around the world.